A very good afternoon and warm wishes to everyone. Welcome all to the national webinar on Global Career Opportunities, jointly organized by the Department of Computer Science, Little Flower College, Guruvayur, and EC Academy, Thrissur, Kerala. Today we have an eminent personality amidst us to address the gathering, who is none other than Mr. Sony Verghese. Presently, he is the Executive Director of the EasyLink Academy, Thrissur. He is a silver medalist from Hilton School of Management and having 25 years of experience in many prestigious companies, including Hindustan Unilever and Reliance Communications. He is also an effective communicator and motivator to the students for selecting their right career path. Dear sir, we are really honored to have you as the resource person of this webinar. On behalf of Department of Computer Science, Little Flower College, Guruvayur, and all the participants, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. In the Holy Bible, the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 14 says, "Without wise leadership, a nation fails." Yes, we are very fortunate to have such a wise leader and meticulous planner that is our beloved principal, Reverend Dr. Sister Gisma Teres. It is her leadership and constant encouragement that back all our successful endeavors. I extend a warm welcome to you, sister. We had almost 100 participants from various states. Together with all my colleagues and students, I wish an enriching and fruit-bearing webinar to you all. May now request our beloved principal, Reverend Dr. Sister Gisma Teres, to inaugurate the webinar. Over to you, sister.
Good afternoon to one and all. Greetings from Little Flower College, Guruvayur. Hearty welcome to today's resource person and all the participants. Today, all are seeking for a good job in all over the world. Online national level webinar on global career opportunities will help all of you to find good directions to make your life more joyful. The experts will provide you more information in this regard. Mr. Sony Verghese, the eminent personality with experience, will motivate all of you through this webinar. I congratulate the Department of Computer Science to take this initiative to conduct this type of webinar. May this event be a great one and provide good help to all our students. With a great joy, I inaugurate this webinar. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, sister, for your inspiring words. Moving on to the webinar, once again, I welcome Mr. Sony Verghese for the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, respected principal, respected head of the department, and the entire placement team of LF College. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity once again. I remember a few weeks back, we had a chance to one second. Yeah, a few weeks back, we had a golden chance to speak to students from LF and a few other colleges in our country in a national level for economics. And I really appreciated at that time the interactive participation from all the students. We really liked the way LF conducted this program. 1 second, I'm just changing my camera. There is a small technical issue. Can someone please confirm the audibility, please?
Yes, we can hear, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, there could be, last time also we had this 1 or 2 minutes kind of breaks in between. Please bear with us. We have multiple programs going on from our office and there is a technical catch up sometime. Yeah, now, a few weeks back, I got a chance to interact with a lot of economic students from different parts of our country, and we spoke in detail. We spoke in detail about the opportunities for economic students across the country. One good thing I liked was a lot of students came and post the program. A lot of students came for a one-to-one discussion and they appreciated and thanked us, saying within India, outside India, we were able to give them a huge range of options. Yeah, economic students, by the way, thought they have limited options in economics, mathematics, and statistics. But when they heard about, or when they were taken to a supermarket, and when we showed them the range of products and services available, and we gave them the freedom to pick the right one, they thanked us and they said, this is the way we should work on careers. Yeah, similar way, I have mentioned in the last class, I have not been to Little Flower because of this corona. I'm not physically able to come there. But when I miss the physical presence in the college, I have a habit of getting into the website of the college and going through the vision and mission of this college. Yeah. So this time, every time. So I was just going through a line. Last seminar, I quoted this line for the benefit of students. When a college say, we believe in quality of education to the global standards. When someone say, I'm not going to compete within Thrissur, within Kerala, within Tamil Nadu, no. When we say, I'm going to compete with all the age group of same age group in the world, when we say this sentence, then we have a global picture to it, then we have a better look to our own career and life plans. More than career, I want to use the word life plan, because I don't think we are planning career now. I think we are investing 1 hour time to plan our lives. Yeah. So when we take this opportunity, I was told that there are students from other states, especially from Tamil Nadu and a few other states, students from computer science, students from mathematics, and a few other science subjects. So during the question answers time, you get a chance to interact. You can ask us questions. I'll be more than happy to answer it. We strictly stick on time. So around 3:30, we will stop this session and we give a few minutes time for students to ask questions. In case if you miss your chance to ask questions, you can use this web chat. You can use the WhatsApp numbers mentioned below. Yeah, any of these WhatsApp numbers, you can put your queries and someone will forward it to me and I can take it forward. Yeah, before we go to the career options, I want students, all of you, to go through and get familiar with a few words. I have mentioned 5 points here. Let me introduce my experience. Sister spoke very well about my experience. I did my management, postgraduate management, then joined a company called Unilever. I hope you all will know this company. The brands that you are using, like your Lifebuoy, Lux, Hamam, Pierce, Clinic Plus, your Surf Excel, your Sunlight, and your Fair and Lovely, your Brew Coffee, all this FMCG product, you name a category, Hindustan Unilever will have a majority in it, major stakeholder in it. Yeah. So I worked there for 11 years, heading Tamil Nadu for their operations. So when I heard that a lot of students from Tamil Nadu, I was happy. I speak very good Tamil, and I have been to the state for more than 15 years in my career. Yeah. And I studied in Tamil Nadu once again. So when I did this in Unilever, after that, I took charge of Reliance Communications, one of their divisions for Kerala and Tamil Nadu, heading sales and operations. Then I came to MTS Telecom. When I did it for some 22, 23 years, when I went to a lot of campus, taking people for their first job. Yeah. I remember the days, their excitements once they get this job. Yeah. And later on, when I get a chance to go to the same college once again for some interactions and for some other functions, I always ask them, what about the person X, person Y who joined in so companies? I still remember their faces. But many times I hear it from the placement cell that, you know, they left this company and looking for a job in a different company. Yeah, this is a very common word. I heard a lot of students saying, I got a job, thank you so much, but I left this in 3 months and I started searching for another company. And hence, I am asking you to make a note of this first word, skill versus interest. All this time, if you go back, you can remember a day where school teachers or your parents asked you to select or to remove 4 subjects once you crossed your 10th standard. Yeah, so you looked at and you said, my science score is better, so let me go for this. My marks or my academics in computer science is good, so let me go for this. I'm good in mathematics, so let me go for science. I'm not good in mathematics, so let me go for commerce or economics or humanities. Yeah, this was derived by your academic scores most of the time. Yeah, but this time we are saying, when you plan your career, when you plan your life, please consider and give a reasonably good weightage of 50% to your interest. This is my humble request, in spite of doing campus placement for the last 25 years. Yeah, skill is good. You are very good in mathematics, fine. You are good in computing, great. But if your interest not matches, you will not be a happy person as an employee or as a human being. Yeah, and what is the result? The result is around 35 to 40% is the employee churn in their first jobs in the industries. I do not know how many of understand this word. HR department always say people churn. HR department always say people attrition. Yeah, the number of people quitting the job in the first 3 to 6 months time. It is very bad in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, or in South India. The attrition rate, the percentage of people quitting their first job in 3 to 6 months time is 35 to 40%. In Malayalam, we call it as Vidya Abhyasam. So I say in Malayalam, Vidya Abhyasikanuladana. Vidya Abhyasikanuladana. The education is to be practiced. If it is not allowed, in your all 15 years, if you are not able to find an area which matches your skills and interests, then I would say the education is not meaningful. And I don't want to blame universities. I don't want to blame colleges and the placement cell for this. We must look at a mirror and understand what is my SWOT analysis, point number 2. Yeah, there's a small game you all could have done in your school days, SWOT. My strength, my weakness, my opportunity, and threats. I don't know, we don't have time, so I don't want to explain this in detail, but I would suggest you to work on S now, because all the experiments, improving your weak areas, looking at opportunities, removing the threats, all that we have done till 12th and first 2-3 years in our graduation also. Now, when you move out of a campus to a life plan, to a career plan, work on your S, which is your strength. If my ambition is to become a policeman, I don't have to be very good in English. Not very critical. I'm not saying English not required, but not a critical skill. If my interest is to become a management person, then maybe social studies is not very important to me. Yeah. So we have not told that a man should be perfect, a lady should be perfect in all areas. No, we never said this. There are imperfections which make a full man. Yeah. So leave your weak areas for a while, work on it slowly, but when you choose your career, give 50% weightage to your interest and work on your strong areas. Point number 3, I told you students, I want you to be very familiar with all these 5 words before we discuss career. Third word is demand versus supply. Economics students answered me in the last class, what is demand versus supply. Now, science and computer science, I do not know how many of you will reply. I don't want to take a chance, but demand versus supply means there are 1,000 mechanical engineers passing out in Thrissur, but we need only 100 in Thrissur, which means balance 900 may have to wait. I'm just giving you a simple example for you to understand. Yeah, demand versus supply means every location will have its own demands, and every location will not have demands for all the categories. Mechanical engineers may have less chance in Kerala, but large chance in west and north sides of India or in abroad, because in our state, manufacturing is less. Civil engineers may get a better chance in different locations. Computing, yes, you get it in Kerala itself, you get it in Tamil Nadu, you get it in India, and you get a huge opportunity outside also. So every department, mathematics, if it is pure mathematics, and if you are going to applied mathematics and then MPhil and NET, then you are going to a teaching segment. Otherwise, direct application of mathematics. I'm a MSc mathematics student. After that, I went for my MBA. Yeah, so I understand, I love math so much, but I'm saying the direct applications. In other words, your favorite d by dx of sine theta may not be applied directly in the companies. Everyone laughed at me when I joined for MBA after my MSc maths. I just completed second year. During the exams, I got admission, so I did not even write my secondary MSc exam. I'm not saying MSc maths is not up to. I'm not saying that, but everyone laughed at me because in the class, all were graduates, but I was 2 years senior to them, and all were from BCom and management background, but I was from science background. I was from mathematics. And sister told that I'm a rank holder, silver medalist. So I know how much mathematics helped me, even during my studies or even after joining multinationals. When there is a negotiation meeting, when there is a meeting on sales, when there's a meeting on generating schemes, promotions, they all invite me because I'm very good in mathematics. I will be able to give them answers in seconds. So maths goes everywhere, in management, in analytics, especially in business analytics and management information system, or in you name an area, maths people can go and shine, provided you work 1 more year to get a little more on your post-graduation or on a specialization. Yeah, so we discussed interest versus skill and 50% weightage to interest. Otherwise, I told you the attrition is to the tune of 40 to 50%. We discussed about working on your strong areas. Improving weak areas should not be a continuous game to a lifetime. Once in a while, we must sit on our strong areas and enjoy life. Third, demand versus supply. Don't get depressed if a mathematics student is not getting a placement within Guruvayur, within Thrissur. Don't get upset about it. Within Coimbatore, within Salem, don't get upset about it. In the job interview, they will not check sin theta and cos theta. They will ask you, if I give a chance, what can you do for us? In an interview for computer science, I was sitting for an interview in the recent past, and an engineer came and asked this question: why should I take you? Look at the tragedy. He has done with second rank from a very famous college in Kerala, KTU syllabus, which is one of the toughest in the world, 95%, which is one of the highest score. And question is this: if I give a chance, what can you do for us? In fact, I asked in a simple English, I asked him, why should I take you? I saw this guy sweating. I saw this guy not giving me an answer for 2 minutes. And in Malayalam, he asked me, Kaliyakiyadano? In Tamil, Kindle Pandringla, sir, are you making fun of me? I said, no, why should I do it? Why should I do it? I asked you very seriously, why should I take you? So when a rank holder, after engineering, after computer science, after mechanical, after civil, after mathematics, when they switch on a simple question like this, if you get a chance, what can you do for them? At that time, don't talk about your software development. Don't talk about your computer Python syllabus. Don't talk about your sin theta, a square minus b square. Will not work. You must talk about applications. So the moment you give this, then you get a job. And also you must keep in mind, there is something called demand versus supply. Don't go to a wrong place for a right job. Yeah, look around. That's why I'm using the word global opportunities. Yeah. Fourth word, students, this is a familiar word once again to management students, called life cycle management, which means for every product, for every brand, for every people in their life cycle, they have 4 stages. Stage number 1 is introduction, your time till your 10th standard. Or when we were selling Fair and Lovely, when we were launching, we were doing test trials, free samples to ladies and asking them the feedbacks. When we made Knorr soups, the current Knorr soups that we are using, we have launched and relaunched 19 times because we found it very difficult to create a taste called national taste. When it is good for Tamil Nadu, Andhra said they don't like it. When it was good Kerala, Mumbai people said they did not like it. All the experiments happens in the stage of introduction, like you studied all the subjects till your 10th. Then we start to grow. Introduction, then growth. Your 12th and your graduation. You are choosy about the subjects. You are fixed to your interest areas. Then you are growing on it. And there is something called third stage, saturation or maturity, which means when I do the same subject for 3 years, 4 years, I come to a saturation. I come to a level where I'm getting bored. I'm not finding more curiosity now on the subject. That's why your first year versus second year versus final year interest levels, your commitment levels, your marks varies. And finally, the fourth stage called decline. If you don't do anything about it, your curiosity decline, your interest decline, your activities and energies decline. If you write this in Calicut University or in any other university in the world, you get full mark for your life cycle management. This comes very common in BCom and BBA. What is life cycle management? You write all these 4, you are selected. You got it. You got 100 marks. But when you go to multinationals, when you go to a company and tell that Knorr soup launched, Knorr soup growing, Knorr soup 4 years, 5 years come to maturity. Now, next 5 years, Knorr soup going to decline. You will lose your job. The management will not agree. That's why I'm telling you, all that theory that we are mugging up is good conceptually, but unless you understand how to convert it into practical applications, you will be in soup. And the last word, unemployment versus underemployment. Very common word. If anyone think that unemployment is a big issue, I think your departments will have our office number. Please visit our office. Please come for a one-to-one discussion. I know that I have to come to LF and I have to meet all of you again and again. But with all the courage, let me tell you, let me announce it saying there is nothing called unemployment. If someone believes in unemployment, come to me, I'll employ them. Open challenge. Today when I speak, I have around 30 plus vacancies in my pocket. I'm a management consultant. I work for companies. We don't get people. When you say unemployment, think twice. We have imported 30 lakh Hindi-speaking people to Kerala against our population of 3 crore. I'm not against them. In fact, I want to thank them. We call them guest workers, Aditi Tolilaligal, because we are surviving since they are working for us. But 30 lakh people from other states imported to a small state called Kerala, and you say unemployment. No. In middle management, in senior management, we are not getting people, and when I give people to them, I told that one of my working areas is global education. Another area where I work is placements. When I place a good profile to a company, I'm paid 8% of their annual CTC, which is roughly around 1 month of their salary. So if I give a profile to a company and the salary is 1 lakh, which is very common in telecom and very common in FMCG and banking, yeah, their annual CTC is 12 lakhs into 8%, 96,000, close to a lakh, close to their 1 month salary. I'm paid in the first month of their appointment. If I do weekly 1 appointments like this, recruitments like this, I make 4-5 lakhs in a month, and I don't have any other work. If that is the money paid, I'm telling all this not to tell about my earnings, but to tell about if that is amount paid, look at the demand. Why are they paying so much? Okay, so when you say unemployment, my suggestion is to think twice. 5 points we discussed. If you have any queries, please chat using these WhatsApp numbers or the web chat. Anushree from EasyLink office Please let me know if there is any question on the slide. I shall wait for a minute. I said if there is any question on web chat or on WhatsApp, please let me know. Okay, moving to the next slide. I think we have covered all these 3 points, but I want you to understand the science behind it. When I say something, I told you I'm from the industry, so I don't make general statements. When I say something, there's a science behind it. All this that we discussed in the slide number 1 is findings from Times of India, a study they conducted in the recent past, and they said there are 3 major reasons. There are 3 major reasons for low employment or low placements in India, especially in South India. One is our lack of ability to convert concepts into practical applications. I told you that I did my MSc, but when my son came in the recent past and asked me about what is A square minus B square, I was very happy that I got a chance to say the answer in front of a few people, a few guests at my home at that time. And I proudly told him A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus B. And I also teach him Newton's law. I cannot forget it because the way I learned Newton's law, every body continues in a state of rest or of uniform motion unless it is compelled by an external force to change the position. We will not forget this. This was taught to me by P.C. Thomas Marsh. Professor P.C. Thomas, he was very famous and still doing his entrance coaching and one of the leading in the country. The way he taught, we will not forget it. But when I told this to my son, A square minus B square is equal to, he told me, Appa, this I know. I know this. Teachers taught me. I got full in my exams. But I'm asking you, what do you mean? This is a time when we sweat without an answer. A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus B. But what is the application? What do you mean? All the metrics, all the real analysis, all that differentiation, all that integration. I'm 50-year-old now, still waiting for a chance to directly apply it somewhere, in spite of working for different companies for 25 years. But how much mathematics helped me in my life, I told you. In many companies, Sony means computing and mathematics. All this is possible if you have the common sense to convert all this practical knowledge into applications. You understand Python, you understand software, you understand networking, goods. Then what will you do for my company? Can you work on analyzing my data, converting data to information? Can you work on my business analytics? Can you work on my digital marketing? Can you work on my software programming? Can you work on my artificial intelligence, on ethical hacking, on cybersecurity, etc., etc.? Are you a specialist is the question. If you are a specialist, wonderful. If you do not know the answer for my question, why should I take you? Or if you get a chance, what can you do for us? Then you are failing. Don't blame the university. Yeah, so this kind of an education system we must have, and we believe in all this, and my special appreciations to the placement cells who are conducting these kind of programs to interact with experts from the industry. There is a program called Walk with Scholars. I am doing it for the last 4 or 5 years for different universities, where I love students coming and asking brilliant questions. And that interactions will help them to go forward in their life. Whereas another set of teachers who believe if I give interactions, I lose time to work on my syllabus. And this will lead students to dangers. So I encourage all the students and the representatives to take maximum industry experts to your colleges for interactions, understand the practical sense of what you are learning in the books. Power of communication. Here I'm not talking about your English alone. Even if it is your Tamil, even if it is your Malayalam, your communication should have some perfection. The vocabulary, your personality, your outlook is defined by your communication. I have done interviews in Malayalam and in Tamil because in frontline sales, English is not very important. And I've seen people earning up to 50, 60K. They are good salespeople, but they do not know English. But preferably, if you want to move out of the States, then have a common language. It's not our language, but have a basic sense of it. I'm not talking about your past tense, present tense, and passive voice here. I'm talking about your listening skills, your reading skills, and your speaking skills, or your writing skills. Yeah, English after a level will move to communication for corporation, communication for corporate life, English for communication. It moves from literature to purpose. Yeah, that's the time we say, please take a short-term program on improving, fine-tuning your communication, especially from a speaking and listening point of view. If I play audio here, or if I play video here for 10 minutes, and after 15 minutes, if I ask you a few questions, some students will answer all 10 questions, some will answer all 7 questions, some will answer only 5 questions, and that's your score out of 10. 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, and that's how they give you rankings and ratings on your IELTS, ranking and ratings on your ASAP, ranking and ratings on your all English communication programs. Yeah, all that we studied, we will not be using in our daily life. Passive voice, Ravana was killed by Rama. These kind of languages may not be used in our daily life, but commonsensical communication is critical, especially when you're moving out of your locations. And finally, demand versus supply. I don't have to tell you, but for you to understand, I'm telling you, every country, they have given a list of their shortages. Every country for that matter. You should be using a word called critical skill shortage. Demand versus supply, I'm using internally for you to understand. The word to be used while searching this should be critical skill shortage of this country. Then Germany will tell you our critical skill shortage is mechanical, healthcare, and IT. Now you tell me, a lot of computer engineers, so can I go to Germany for IT? Yes. Now what are they offering me? Then they will tell you, if you're an IT student and if you're willing to come to my country for masters, don't pay any fee. Look at this. Here, when you say, I'm not getting admissions for MCA and MSc Computer Science, I'm not getting a job. Germany is saying, Ireland is saying, UK is saying, come to my country, because we have a critical skill shortage in our country. And Germany is saying, I'm not an English speaking country. I want to attract a lot of people other than Europe to my country to work on IT. Hence, my offer is like this. Don't pay any tuition fee for 2 years when you study masters. Don't pay any tuition fee. When I say I mean it, your tuition fees will be 0. Now, there are 3 elements to the offer. Point number 1, I told you, tuition fee 0. Point number 2, while studying, you can work 80 hours every month. 80 hours every month, which means every month you are earning up to 75,000 rupees. And you need to spend only 40,000 around for your living there, hostel, food, etc. So which means another 25,000-30,000 rupees I'm saving every month. While studying, on one side, there is no tuition fee. On the other side, I'm saving 20-25K after my food, accommodation, everything. I told you the 3 elements. Tuition fee 0, you earn, you work when you study. And the third element, after the study, you get 1.5 years of visa to stay in that country and to work in advance. So when you go, your program is for 2 years, but then your visa will be for 3.5 years. You in advance got a visa, stay back time to live there for 1.5 times. By the time you fix your job and change your visa to the work permit. Look at this. Ireland and UK saying, Ireland after US is the biggest country today for computing, IT. If you look at the revenue of this country, Ireland, 42% of their GDP comes from pharmaceutical and IT. Around 25% is from IT. Look at a country having around 42% of their GDP from only 2 streams, pharmaceutical and IT. Look at this. And they're saying, I need thousands and thousands of IT people to come to my country. And what is offer? Our masters will be only 1 year. In Germany, we said 2 years. In Ireland, our masters only 1 year. Maybe after 1 year masters, you can go for your PhD directly. That valid is the masters. If someone think about the validity of 1 year program, all the doctors, when you see MS Ortho from London, all that is for 1 year masters. And they tell you, after the program, I give you 2 years of stay back, which means when I go for 1 year program, my visa will be for 3 years. What is the advantage? It's an English speaking country. So I don't have to learn German. I don't have to sweat blood in the initial months. No, straight away, start working parallelly. Only 3 days class, 3 days you can work, or 4 days you can work. earn money, study 1 year masters with short placement. Look at this. So this is a way to look at demand versus supply or critical skill shortage. And Ireland is saying our critical skill shortage will be on 4 areas. One is IT, one is pharma, one is finance, one is supply chain and logistics. When I say IT, within IT, they tell you a lot of options like ethical hacking, cyber security, cloud computing, forensic, big data management, data analytics, business analytics, etc., 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 networking, etc. This is what I told you. Whether you are a computer student, whether you are a science student, you must go to the supermarket and look at 25, 30 options possible, and look at the locations who are offering you all this. I am moving to the next slide. If you have any questions, I shall wait for 30 seconds. If there is any question, you can either ask us during web chat or using the WhatsApp number given below. Anushri, if there is any questions, please let me know.
Yes, students, I hope you are all enjoying our webinar. So if there are any doubts or clarifications, please, you can chat in the box and I'll hand over the questions to Soni sir.
Okay, thanks. Now, a few general points. I don't think we can spend a lot of time on this slide because we need to go to the programs, we need to go to the placement options. But still, I want you people to quickly look at these points. There is something called action, there is something called reaction, and there is something called responding. Many of our actions are in fact reactions. Don't get confused. A person jumping from the 10th floor of a building, jumping is an action. But at the background, if you see, he got such a financial commitment and police is coming to his house, seeing that he's jumping, then it's not an action, it is a reaction. Many of the students, when I speak to them on career placements, they say, sir, I don't want to work. When I actually see, I don't want to work is a decision, it's an action. But many times when I look at, it's a reaction. When I attended an interview last year, it was very bad. My sister, my brother working in a company lost his job. A lot of fear factors, a lot of silly things, or my English is bad. I cannot move out of my house. A lot of small things will sometimes look like action, but these are reactions. And what we need is responding, ability to respond, responsibility. Yeah, you need to understand the situation, go to your teachers, go to your placement cell, go to career guides and understand the scenario, make the right decisions. Because I told you, industry people churn is 35-40%. And I also told you, a lot of people still think there is something called unemployment. No, but doesn't mean that all of you are looking for a job. A lot of you are maybe preferably should look for becoming a specialist by spending a few months or at least 1 year. A specialist will be taken to that kind of a profile with that kind of a package and you will enjoy it. A graduate, fresh graduate, when they go, unless they are extraordinary. I was told, I was speaking to sister from computer science and she was telling me there are placements from Wipro. There are students going to another company next week for interviews. Students are making it. I'm very happy for them. Advantage in Wipro, advantage in a few company, they still allow you to study further. And later on, you can become a specialist, though my first salaries are not so high. But there are a lot of companies, once you join, you become so dumped with your workload and you will not study further and you will be in a lower level work profile, frontline work profile for a long time, and sometimes you get under pitch. And hence, preferably become a specialist and look for a job. I will tell you some of the add-on programs in the next slide. I will tell you how to become a specialist. I don't want to get into other points now because of lack of time. Moving. I told you some of the programs which will help you to become a specialist. These are some of the programs that we conduct in colleges to help them to become a specialist. Some small programs on data science, data analytics, big data management. You know, once the data is in bulk, We cannot work with Excel sheets. So we use platforms and we convert data into information. This is an everlasting profile. You can, for next 50 years, I can guarantee that you will not be jobless. You will have at least 4 or 5 offers every day in hand, because the industries are moving towards analyzing data. In olden time, I have worked for Unilever. I told you, we make decisions on our experience. We make Lifebuoy to Lifebuoy Plus to Lifebuoy Gold, sometimes to XY, based on our experience. We look at advertisement impacts by speaking to people, but today we go everything scientific. Once you come to Thrissur and take a Lux soap from an X supermarket, put it into a trolley, the trolley scans it and gives the data to us, or when you bill, the billing cycle will send us a message. This customer was buying Lifebuoy the last 4 months, but the same purchase code, same bill code, same mobile number customer is buying Lux. So a Lifebuoy customer is jumping to Lux. Maybe impact of advertisement, maybe impact of offer, maybe impact of X and Y, maybe because of merchandising. Data, instant data, moving, converting into communications, into informations. And companies are able to take right actions based on this. New generation banking, all this mathematics, computing students can join for, or all science and commerce students can join for. New generation banking, and they are in search for youngsters. All your ICICI, HDFC, all your ISAF, all your Axis kind of banks are looking for people, and salaries are not bad. Last year I placed around 11 from a college, but 3 months later, when I went to the bank, only 3 continuing, 8 left the job, because they are saying, they thought bank job means counting cash. They never knew that now that we have machines for counting cash, currencies. Daddy said, don't meet customers. Mummy said, don't be in the front desk. All these experiments, do it now that you have 1 year time. Go to a bank, do a small project. If you want any help, let me know. We will help you. Sit there and see whether it is your cup of tea. If yes, proceed. If no, please decide that at least banking is not meant for me. Why you want to go work there for 3 months, and their society will come to know that you are in a bank. Later on, you are quitting, you are depressed. Why? Digital marketing. You know, many companies cannot afford all these big newspapers and all these big TV channels. When I give an advertisement for our own EasyLink Academy, my father read it. He's 83 years old. He's not my potential customer, but I bear the cost for him through Manorama and other channels. But he's not my customer. My second son on 9th standard, he's not my customer, but then I have to bear the cost for him because he also read the same newspaper. So for promotions, we carry the cost of the entire generation, entire population, versus our required population is only 5% of it. So all this customized promotion based on your age group, income group, your education, your geography is possible only through digital marketing. And digital marketing is one of the most popular area today in the world. And all these computing students, all these mathematics students, if you love marketing, digital marketing will give you a huge future chances. Financial accounting, not meant for this crowd. Communication, I told you the importance of communication. Only by fine-tuning communication, your confidence will move 30% up. Forget your purpose, but your overall confidence will move. And basics of management. Whether you are from computing, from maths, from commerce, from physics, from chemistry, you must know the basics of management, because end of the day, there's a customer in front of you. Basics of management is a 3-day program that we are conducting, will help you big time. We are just starting a program in Christ College, starting from next week. I'm just giving the syllabus. We spend a few hours on basics of management, a few hours on communicative English, aptitude test, case study, and global opportunities. Maybe a program, the fees will be less than 500 rupees. You know, we don't make money out of it. We are just collecting the money for the faculties, nothing else. It's not our revenue item at all. So 300, 400, 500 rupees, people get 10 days training on all this, and they're ready to go for their career planning, or they're ready to go for an interview. And many of these programs actually have got their placements also, placement supports also. For example, new generation banking will give you 2-3 interview chances also. Okay, so I'm just giving some samples. Now, skipping a few slides. Moving to the last point on global education, benefits of international education. Yeah, this is the last part. Then I'll take 10 minutes on this. Then you get your chances to ask questions. Benefits of international education, 5 points. First point is the biggest. I think we discussed in the beginning, wide range of options. Within computer science, some time back, I told you around 15 options. Within artificial intelligence, nowadays we call it as artificial super intelligence. I told you about forensic, lot of fraud activities, lot of banking related, lot of insurance related. Forensic is becoming a business activity today. For prevention, for precautions, not after making the damages. Ethical hacking is becoming a huge industry. Cybersecurity is a compulsory post. Every IT department in a company today. Big data management, data analytics, I told you. Business analytics, every company will have a department called MIS, Management Information System. I told you, I was setting Reliance Communications. I have 70 to 80 lakhs of database with me. Imagine if I get a data of 70 lakhs, how will I work on it? I cannot do it in Excel. That's the time my MIS department come and tell me, Soni sir, Central Kerala is up on UAE calls in Reliance. Maybe Kottayam side is down on US calls. Maybe within India, Assam and Orissa calls are moving up from Angamali and Ernakulam. These are the informations from the data. Then I know what to do. Or with 70 lakhs of data, I cannot work on. Hope you understand this. So when you get 25, 30 options within computer science, I do not know how many specializations you get in India. You get MSc, MCA, or a few more. But when you get a program MS only on ethical hacking, MS only on forensic, MS only on data science, that makes you a specialist in 1 year, and then you are placed. And banks will support your education. You have to pay the EMIs only after education. After 1 year after education, which means my education is done. Then I worked for a company for 1 year. Then only my EMI starts 7,000-8,000, which is negligible, like a peanut when you compare European currency to Indian rupees. Critical skill shortage, I think we discussed. Don't think every country will have opportunity for everything. No. There are countries who don't want people for computing. There are countries who don't want people for mathematics. But there are a lot of countries waiting for these youngsters. Understand this. If you look at a program at a college, it will be there in all countries. But critical skill shortage may differ. So if you have that common sense, or come to any other professional agencies who are specialists in education like us, we will be more than happy without charging anything, without taking any of your revenues. We are more than happy to spend time with you and your parents, giving you counselings on how to choose the programs and locations. Placement levels, students, please don't misinterpret my sentence here. I have seen some time people make advantage on my this sentence, but everywhere I go, I tell this on face. When you go for a post-graduation, when you go for a specialization, if it is not with the placement support, don't go. Here, I'm not talking about any colleges or inability of college. No, I'm talking about PG is for placement. And LF kind of colleges, active placement departments. I'm happy when I spoke to sister some time back, very happy that companies are coming for recruitments. That should be the spirit. And when you go to abroad, you will see many colleges have their placement history to the tune of 90 to 95%. Because these are international batches. Everyone came to this college is for the placement. And unless they do 95% placement, the college cannot exist, cannot survive. And in UK, in Ireland, or in any other country, when they publish their placement, they have to mention the details of the company and the student. So they cannot generally put the percentage. I have seen a class of 40, all 40 placed. I have seen this literally. All 40 placed. I have seen class of 50, all 50 placed. 1 or 2 left back to their countries because they belong to business families. Otherwise, all are placed. That should be the meaning of education, especially when you go for PG, especially when you go for your specializations. Scholarship options. I told you, if some of you think that only millionaires and lakpatis can go for abroad, no. In fact, abroad education is meant for all, and especially for students who are financially low. There are countries who give you stipends when you study. If you go to Italy and study, forget you paying them. In fact, you take money every year to the tune of 3-4 lakhs. If you go to Germany, I told you, the education is completely free of cost. If you go to Riga University, LUHS kind of a college, then your fees is only 1.5 to 2 lakhs in rupees, which is equal to our Rajagiri fees in Kerala. If you go to Bulgaria, then you work in the day, your classes are only in the evening. So in fact, you are earning when you are saving money when you study. And if you can afford a bank loan, preferably go to an English speaking country, there will be a tuition fees of 7-8 lakhs, but worth it, because in 10 months time, you are placed straight away. And if you are in UK, you continue in UK. If you are in Australia, continue in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Ireland, wherever. I'm saying Ireland again and again because IT means Ireland first after US. Finance management means Ireland. Current scenario. You can also look at other countries, but 1 year education is possible, master's possible only in Ireland and UK. And we are a specialist for these two countries, for arranging loans, for taking your visas, for helping you even after reaching there for your job placement assistance and your living arrangements, etc., etc. We have hundreds and hundreds of students going every intake, so your seniors will help you once you reach. And finally, when you choose a country, look at the settlement options. Go to a country where you get your PR, your family can go, spouse can go, children get free educations, medical treatments are free, etc., etc. Yeah, so consider all this when you look for a country. These are, in short, benefits of international educations. Wait for a minute. If you have any questions, you can ask us. Moving, when I say abroad is very important, I told you whenever I speak, I want to ensure there is a science behind every statement. So when I say a lot of countries are waiting for Indians, people are thinking why this man is saying so, why they cannot survive their own, why Germany is giving free, why someone is giving me money for studying in their country. Understand, the average age of India is 28 against the average age of Europe in many countries is 48 and 49. When I say average age, I'm talking about the mathematical average. If you add the population of 120 crores into their ages, add it, divide by 120 crore, then you get an average of 27 to 28 in India, but which is the same when you do the same calculation, which is 48 and 49 in other countries, especially in Europe, in Germany, in Ireland, in the UK, etc. They don't have youngsters, and hence they are big in computing. Germany is big in mechanical, UK is big in management. They need a lot of youngsters, hence they are giving you all these scholarships. Moving, I'm giving computer science first. I'm getting questions now. Anushree is passing my questions. Best place or university to pursue MCA, options after BCA, core and diversified options, all that. I'm answering this question by this slide. There are 3 boxes in this. Box number 1 will give you all the core options. For example, MCA in big data management, MSc in data analytics, artificial intelligence, cyber security, ethical hacking, cloud computing, networking, software development, etc., etc., etc. All these are the options. And the right side, you see the countries: Ireland first, UK, Canada, etc. The moment you say, I'm not so passionate about developing software and coding, I'm not so much into computing, can you give me some options which is based on computing but not pure full-time computing? Then we give them all the options in box number 2, which is your business analytics, which is your forensic and cyber security, your digital marketing, your business information system, etc. And when someone asks me, where do I get scholarships? As you said, free. Third box, anywhere in Central Europe, like your Germany, like your Italy, like your Latvia, like your all other Central European countries which are not English speaking. You are compromising a little because these are not English speaking countries, but your program in campus will be in English. When you search for a job, when you go out, you have to speak their language. Yeah, but here your tuition fee will be either zero or negligible. Students, please use all your communication skills to convince your parents. If you want any support from our side, we are more than happy to interact with the parents on an appointment or on a global Google Meet, whichever communication technology you want to use it. Because at my college days, we had at my home, we had an option. One person can go abroad for their studies. One person. I have 4 sisters. I'm the only son. Everyone looked at my face. I said, I cannot move out of Thrissur. I have a lot of responsibilities in Thrissur. I am a member in a lot of clubs. I am a member in a lot of activities in Thrissur. I thought if I move out of Thrissur, then something will happen to Thrissur. I don't blame it. I'm very happy to be the way I am today. But I always look at my sister who said, I'm going to Europe. Today she's working for UN. The way they live. I'm not talking about monetaries here. I'm not talking about money here. Abundance is good, in fact, once you use it for good things. But more than that, I'm saying the work-life balance, especially for girls, the way you conduct your home and the office, Europe gives you a huge advantage on your work style. Your weekends, you are not allowed to work. You have to take your annual leave every year. You cannot work beyond your office hours. You have your pensions, etc., etc. You have your PR, your children education free. Your spouse can come and work. This is a huge, big package where there is no comparison between Middle East and Europe. I hope you got the point. Yeah. So when you say computing, if you ask me which is the best country, then I'm in soup. I have a problem to tell this because I have no particular country in my mind when speaking to you. But if you ask me globally, after US, Ireland, then UK, then New Zealand will be the best because all these 3 countries will give you 1 year post-graduation. Other countries like Canada, Australia will give you 2 years of post-graduation. Yeah. So preferably look for a 1 year program, arrange for a home loan, bank loan, and proceed with a short placement assistance. When you reach there, all your elder sisters and brothers will be there to take you in the airport, to help you on your placements, to help you on your livings, etc., etc., as your seniors in your college, in many colleges for that matter. Please utilize all this. When you say, I'm going to 1 year education with a 3-year visa, there is no threat. Even if I don't make the college placement, even if I don't like my college placement, I have 2 years time to still work. Grab these opportunities. I'm not saying that everyone should go abroad. Within India, I told you about 4 or 5 programs, but become a specialist and then look for a job. Yeah. So I'm just keeping this computer slide for some more time if you want to look at this. I will now move to mathematics also. If you have any more questions, please ask me in between.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, one student has asked whether the certificate that we receive for 1 year masters has equal value to that of 2 year masters.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the question. Students, I told you in a few countries like UK, Ireland, France, the definition of masters itself is 1 year. In this country, you don't have a 2-year masters. You don't have a 2-year masters. Yeah. That's why I told you, when you go to doctor, many times you see MS Ortho London, MS Oncology UK, all these are 1-year masters. Another way to explain this, I told you, after this 1 year masters, you can go for your PhD. That makes all your doubts cleared. You can go for your PhD straight away without an MPhil. So this 1 year masters is not only valid, but super valid. You are coming out from the biggest universities in the world. Let me tell you an example. Our best medical college in our country, AIMS, All India Medical Science, the world ranking will be 1,236. But the medical college that we are talking about in UK, Ireland will be ranked as 200 or within 300. All the queens and kings of UK will be within 50 ranks. Against most of our colleges in Kerala will be ranked 5,000 plus in the world ranking list. So I'm not saying our colleges are bad or their colleges are good, but in the world ranking, these colleges are very big and their masters are super popular. Don't worry about the validity. You can go for PhD with this. Second question I received, the scholarship options while opting cybersecurity or ethical hacking, also good universities. I told you, if it is Germany, it is absolutely free. But then Germany, look at your academics. Germany take people only with 80% score. 80 is the minimum qualifying criteria. I'm not saying 80 will get a seat, but 80 is minimum. 75 is on the border. Other Central European countries, like I told you about Riga universities and your Netherlands and your Sweden, Malta, Bulgaria, all these countries will take you with 60% also. But the tuition fees is not absolutely zero, but it will be only 1 or 2 lakhs. But I told you, your preference should be a 1-year program in an English-speaking country, preferably. Yeah, for example, Ireland gives you a program on big data management, masters, 1 year. We have recommended 15 colleges from Kerala for a global interaction, and Little Flower is one among them from this year. From the last year, we had St. Thomas, Christ, a few colleges from Tamil Nadu also in the list, where the college faculties are willing to interact with you students. The college faculties will come online and interact. The department head of computer science will tell you about the syllabus, the scope, the placements, the companies, the profiles. You get the golden chance here. And they give you a special scholarship for this selected institutions who are working with EasyLink, because we are our direct representatives. We represent these colleges in India for them. So when others get a scholarship of 1 lakh or 2 lakh, your scholarships will be up to 4 lakhs. So straight away, your tuition fees from 12 lakhs is coming to 7.5 or 8 lakhs. Look at this. And the bank will fund. Next year you are studying, don't pay anything to the bank. Next year working, don't pay anything. Third year, when the EMI starts, you have already worked 1 year. Maybe with 2 months of your salary, 2.5 months of your salary, you can close the loan also. Okay, so these are 3 types of scholarship. One is free education. One is you have to pay only 1 or 2 lakhs. But all the English-speaking countries will not give you full education free or half education free. They'll give you scholarships starting from 10% to 15-20%. But in some colleges where we are directly representing, we can provide you larger scholarships up to 30-40% also. I hope I have answered both the questions. Moving to other streams, I do not know whether all these streams are relevant to all of you, but I'm just taking 10 seconds on each slide in case if there are students from other streams. This is for electronic students. If you are there, your embedded systems, wireless communication are your core, your digital electronics and networking, business analytics as your diversified options, and your MSc in Central Europe. Applied electronics, commerce, you have your finance as core, all your analytical programs and supply chain logistics, digital, etc., as your diversified options. For every program, you will see the country name in the right side also changes. I told you the priority for every country will not be for every stream. BBA, BCom, if I am doing my commerce, but I don't want my finance, then you have your travel, tourism, supply chain, global brand management, hospitality, etc., etc. And all these programs, anyone can go from computer science and mathematics also can go to all these programs. Digital marketing, brand management, international business management, logistics, supply chain, luxury, hospitality management, all stream graduates can go for these programs. These are some of the programs with short placement assistance. Economics, we had a huge seminar for LF and other students from different parts of the country. I think we have already done for economics. Social work, look at the country now. It's not Ireland, it is New Zealand. because all your mental addiction, early childhood, etc. First priority is New Zealand, second is UK. Yeah, your statistics, mathematics and statistics can go anywhere. Students, believe me, I generally don't want to pep you up, but from my heart, I'm saying Stati and maths students can go anywhere, especially in analytical areas, data analytics related areas. All small companies also in Kerala today, depending upon agencies for their market research, their market data analysis, their advertising impact, their sales analysis, forecasting, everything comes with mathematics and statistics. So you have one option to go to your core, applied statistics with data science. There are core programs, but you have a lot of core related or diversified options is what I'm saying. English is not only for teaching, but for journalism, public relations, media practice, digital marketing, advertising, content management, communication, creative writing, etc. Animation, graphic design, physics. I have a lot of students from physics now moving to renewable energy, moving to digital marketing, moving to business managements, other than their core of medical physics and computational physics. Chemistry, other than their analytical chemistry and green chemistry, a lot of students, I'm very happy to tell this, please tell your friends, a lot of students we have placed in pharmaceutical business management areas. A lot of students. We need at least 10,000 students now from either biotechnology or biomedical or from chemistry or from high marks in zoology or biology for pharmaceutical industry into their pharmaceutical technology, manufacturing, quality control, and regulatory affairs. UK, Ireland is the best. Ireland first, UK second. I told you, Ireland is very famous for IT and pharma. Your placements are 110%. You can also look at food technology maybe after this program. Like this, every stream will have a core and a diversified options. Zoology, botany, psychology, geology. I don't think anyone there in this batch. Environmental science. If any one of you want a particular slide, I can go back later in your question answers time. Mathematics. I was told there are students from maths in this. You are applied maths, but look at financial mathematics is more important. You have studied your maths. Now when you go for your MS pure maths, go for financial maths, computational maths, actuarial maths, industrial maths, and look at all the diversified options like I did. I went for my management. Go for business analytics. Go for mathematics with cybersecurity. Go for mathematics data science. A lot of programs and all the management options I told you sometime back. Your brand management, IBM, your marketing management, your supply chain management, all the management options also. So maths plus management is a huge combination, students. Stati, I think we discussed food technology, hotel management, etc. I think we can skip all this. Students, I have seen 3-4 questions. We have few more minutes in case if you want to ask more questions, this is your time. You can either unmute and speak on, or you can ask questions using a web chat or the WhatsApp number given this. EasyLink team, we have mentioned 2 numbers here. One is 001122, one is 3000. So if there are any WhatsApp chats, please let me know. I shall answer this. Over to you, students.
Sir, one student has WhatsApp. He wants to know about the maths related course after doing BSc Computer Science.
After doing BSc Computer Science, you want mathematics related course?
Yeah.
I think if you look for a combination between maths and computer science, it's only data analytics. Yeah, it can be different passion. It can be either big data, it can be either data analytics, it can be either business information system, it can be either business analytics. Between maths and computing, it's the best. One of the best will be analytics in any form. Or I told you, if you don't want computer at all, then you can go for financial mathematics kind of a program, financial technology kind of a program, e-commerce kind of a program. All this, provided your academics is good, because you are taking a little crossing from a department to another department. you have not done your commerce. So if your academy is good, we can still recommend you for finance and technology. We can still push you for e-commerce kind of options also. Digital marketing is another one if you are interested in management side with computing. Any more questions?
Sir, one student has asked if it's good if it's is it good to select MCA after BSc Mathematics?
MCA after BSc Mathematics is a big question. I think you may have to do a big foundation. I think you may have to check on your eligibility on that particular university, whether you are eligible to join for MCA, all that. But moving to computer science is definitely good because computing is with short placements within India, outside India. So if you are moving to computing, it's definitely worth it. No doubt about it. Anyone from commerce, anyone from science, anyone from arts, adding computer to their career or to their education system, it is definitely good, no doubt about it. Where you study, is that institution is with placements. Look at it. I know at least 50 MCA students applied in my last WhatsApp group saying any job is okay. Receptionist also okay. So when I see this desperation, I look at some of the colleges without giving any exposure, teaching them MCA. Yeah. So look on your eligibility to join. Also look at the institution from the placement point of view. Idea conceptually is very good. Any more questions? I think we can look two more questions, Anushri, and then we can hand it over to the college team for their closing ceremony. But students, I am not in a hurry. I have given you 2 WhatsApp numbers. Please make a note of it. Only few teachers, when they come for classes, give their address and say, you can approach us even after this. And you must understand, I'm not inviting you any program with a fees. I'm inviting you for a free counseling. Look at, in Malayalam, we say, adinathur nanmayundu. When I say don't pay, take your free counseling, come with your parents, spend your time, no problem. Very few people do this. Okay, so I don't want you to join for any of my program, but still, if you have any questions, these 2 numbers you can use. If you want to meet me, take appointments on priority and come on, and preferably use technology because during Corona, it's not good to travel. So use technology, Google Meet and WhatsApp calls, etc., etc. On a prior appointment, we are more than happy to help you. I have promised to the principal and to the team of Little Flower that immediately after this Corona restrictions, we are more than happy to visit their college. Any support from our side, we have already offered. And same for any other college teachers who are participating in this seminar, whether you are from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, wherever you are from, we are more than happy to help students. And over to you, team Little Flower, for your closing ceremony, if there is no more questions.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Now we are winding up this session. Coming to the end of this webinar, it's my privilege to offer a few words of thank you. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our resource person, Mr. Soni Varghese, career consultant, EasyLink Academy, for his wonderful and inspirational presentation. We hope it could be really an insight to our student community to shape their future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to give thanks to our principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Jisma Teres, for her constant support and guidance for the successful organization of this webinar. Thank you, sister. I also extend my sincere thanks to Reverend Sister Marina, Head of the Department of Computer Science, who act as the backbone of all our endeavors. I also thank Mr. Bush Andis, who gave all technical support for us. I thank all the participants for your active participation. Thank you all. For the kind attention of the participants,
A link to give your valuable feedback about the seminar is active on the college YouTube channel description window. YouTube link is provided in the Meet chat box. All the participants are requested to fill the feedback form within 2 hours. Those participants who are registered and fill the feedback form will get their participation certificates to their registered mail. Thank you all. Stay indoors, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.